Om Shanti and a very good morning from Aberdeen.Hindu Temple. Today is Sunday, the 14th of March, and a very happy day to all the mothers, the ones who provide safety and care and nurture to everyone. It's the day of the celebration of mothers, the ones who we will always remember and who are always in our hearts, because they have nurtured us and they have provided us, they have fed us, they have given us encouragement and always seen the highest and the best in us. And so mothers are very special figures, very mothers. We are in a spiritual way. Once we start to go into that caring, into that loving, into that nurturing mode, when our thoughts are, when our wishes are for others, for those for whom we care, that they grow and they develop and they enjoy life even more than we do, then we are mothers, we are spiritual mothers. And it is also a destiny. And yet one could say that it is a role until and with that nurture that a mother gives. And a mother, I remember a situation where a mother just took the little child and just lifted him up like nothing. And I think deep down in our memories, a mother is so powerful. She can do anything. She can just take us and lead us. And we are fully just dependent on what she does, how she nurtures us, how she gives us. And they leave a very sweet memory inside ourselves. Now, when we think about the spiritual mother, the mother through whose words, through whose actions, through whose thoughts we have been born, the mother that is there as a canopy of protection over us at all times, who in her thoughts follows us at every step, whether we're going in the right way or whether there's a time when we don't do the things as we should do. And so this spiritual mother, mother of all mothers, all times. And it is through our thoughts, through our attitude that we connect with this mother of all mothers, with the spiritual woman. And when our thoughts are benevolent, when our thoughts are of seeing the highest in others, in those that we look after, then we become mothers, spiritual mothers. And there's a deep under one who is corporeal, which means he doesn't have a body. And the one who stays always in the soul world, in the place of golden red light, of absolute stillness and quietness where there's no action. And yet this soul is our father, our mother. And so he needs to interact with us. And so he needs to come in a body that he takes on loan time. Just gone through the time of Shivratri. So Jayanti in a way is when the Supreme speaks and acts through a body. And by doing so, finds a way of interacting with us, giving us the understanding on how we ourselves can become those beings that share light with the world, those who give comfort, safety, protection, and to provide a safety net in which we feel safe and happy and trusting, and in which we can grow. Because for some reason, we are able to do things that no other being on this world can do. We have a responsibility to nurture and to protect and to look after. We are like the guardians of this earth. And so we become mothers as well when we look after nature, when we look after the world, when we look after other people, when we look after animals and plants. When we share that love that we carry inside our hearts with those around, they really to see in a very wide way what the role of the mother is and how the role of the mother can be expressed in many different ways. To create a world that is very different from the world that we're experiencing at these times, when there's stress, there's violence, there is upheaval, there is vices in the form of ego, of lust, of greed, anger. And where we, with qualities such as love and peace and nurture and wisdom and happiness, when we share these with the world changes and transforms. Because the soul, the Atma, the soul is the one who creates an atmosphere. The soul has the power to give the surroundings of the soul a certain quality, a certain strength and power, a certain vibration. And that's why when we go into a house where there's nurture, when we go into a house where there's happiness, when we go into a house where there's order, there's cleanliness, there's beauty and care, we actually want to stay in that house. We want to be part of it. Because we get the feeling of belonging. We get the feeling of safety. We get the feeling of nurture. So the Supreme Soul, the universal being, the being of light, the eternal Father, the eternal Mother, the eternal friend and companion, comes in this time of change, of upheaval, and speaks to the mouth of a chariot, a human being, who gives us the understanding of how to interact in this world, how to connect with others, how to bring back this time of goodness, this time of beauty, back into the world. And he also teaches us how to become those who give goodness, who give nurture, who give happiness this time. And everything depends really on our power of thoughts. Our thoughts are light. Our thoughts are happy. And so we have the opportunity to choose what type of thoughts we have, how we express ourselves. And even if we don't feel like that, even if we don't feel of having positive, powerful, and loving thoughts, we make a little effort and just get aware of what is going on inside ourselves. What are my thoughts like? Are they loving? Are they calm and peaceful? Not. It's very easy, just like a switch. Turn a negative thought into criticism, of dislike, into a thought of appreciation and gratitude. That switch as we wish. And to have attention, we can actually change and transform them and become those who actually, in a very authentic way, in a very clear and powerful way, share a message of goodness with the world. Share a message of love and of vision. Because that is what we all need. And that's on what we all thrive. If there isn't that love, if there isn't that compassion, if there isn't that companionship, then there is nothing. We might have lots of money and houses and cars and fame, but yet we feel empty inside. And that emptiness is filled by love. That emptiness is changed and transformed in powerful thoughts. So let us look at our thoughts today and how we can be those who actually give that nurture, that love, happiness, and that peace, and create that space in which there is safety and nurture. So first of all, it is important to become quiet, to sit in an upright way, feet on the floor, and you have your breathing. A breathing that is slow and deep, so that you can reach into the depth of who you are. And it can also bring oxygen into every cell, every part of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath. Fill your lungs completely. Pause. And then gently allow the air to escape back into the atmosphere around you. And as you're having positive thoughts, good thoughts, beneficial thoughts, you actually take and transform that air that you take, and you give back goodness into the atmosphere, not just molecules of CO2. So take a nice deep breath, feel yourself relax, pause, and then let go. Breathe out, pause at the end of expiration. And then you will be able to take a full breath, a breath that gives strength and power and love again through you. Now do this in your own rhythm 2 more times. And every time when you reach that moment of the pause, just increase that pause. And allow this pause to become filled with silence. Now as you take a breath, feel as if light coming from beyond this world, light coming from the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Being, God Almighty. It's just coming and filtering into yourself through the air that comes into you. And as it comes into you, it fills your lungs. It permeates into your whole body and goodness. Your thoughts slow down. As they slow down, you find pauses of absolute peace and silence. Allow yourself to go on to a journey into peace, into lightness, into happiness. Think about the scene of nature. It could be your garden, park, or it could be going up a mountain. It is a beautiful, sunny Sunday today. The sun is shining. The sky is blue. And as you walk in nature, you can hear the birds chirping. You can hear the sound of the wind moving through bushes, grasses, because we still don't have leaves. But as you walk and you take deep breaths, these breaths are filled with light, connected with the Supreme. Like as if there is this subtle silver thread connecting you, your soul, with the Supreme. It's a firm connection. Your body is just naturally moving in a rhythm as you walk along. Your feet touch the ground, and as they touch the ground, you just ease into the ground. The ground is soft. As you move, your whole body just moves like in a dance. Light, without any burdens. Part of the whole of nature. And as you move, gratitude and appreciation. And that feeling of oneness, of all being here on this earth and being part of this earth, and all contributing to the goodness and the abundance that there is on this earth. Let your thoughts now become unlimited. Light. And send back into the earth, send back into the atmosphere, send back into the sky, that feeling of abundance, feeling of gratitude, of peace, of calmness, of happiness, of love, of nurture. of goodness and benevolence. You feel connected. You feel part of the whole. And through the service you're doing, by giving to nature, by giving to the world, by creating safety and enabling growth, you're supporting everything around you. As you have become peaceful and calm inside yourself, and as your body is moving automatically without you having to direct it, now feel your connection with the world beyond the physical world, the world with the Supreme, Baba, the Almighty, the universal power, God, the one who will always love you and who always loves you and appreciates you and saves you and looks after you, the one who will always give you directions on how to turn and what to do and how to experience happiness. Feel how that connection with the Supreme filling you with energy, power, and then as a response, send your love up to the Supreme. Fill yourself with, go into that space, that place, calm, safe, and loving. You then become like a fountain that gives this energy, that gives these qualities to the world indiscriminately to those who are around you. They will benefit immediately. But even those far away, indiscriminately means even to those who are not good, by giving them this love, by giving them this nurture, they themselves transform. And how that lightness gives power to the world. Become the light, become the angel, become the one who gives light to the world and dispels the darkness that is around all of us. By becoming the lighthouse, others will feel inspired to give freely as well, to become lighthouses themselves, to share the light with the world. And all sentient beings, all plants, earth, the water, the light, all turn and create an life of care, purity, and light. There is, and the lighthouses, the deeper they go into this awareness, the further they reach and the more they give. And while giving, they benefit themselves because they are the ones that are connected with the Supreme and share the light of the Supreme out. The more you practice this, the more it becomes part of your daily routine. The more you become that. So become a lighthouse for the world and share this light with them. Have a lovely day.